Welcome back to the course of Digital Electronics. Happy Republic Day to each and everyone. Today, today we are going to discuss about canonical and standard form. Okay, before going to discuss about canonical and standard form, let us see some steps regarding the canonical and standard form. In each product term, all literals should be present in canonical form. It is classified into two types. You can either call as sum of products or sum of min terms. Product of sums or product of max terms. Ones are considered in canonical form. Now coming back to the standard form, no need of all literals in each product term. Zeros are considered two types, sum of products and product of sums. Very important point here. Here you should call only as sum of products, you should not call as sum of min terms. And similarly, you should call only as product of sums and you should not call it as product of max terms. Now consider the truth table. It is not mandatory to use this table itself. Just for your understanding purpose, I am going to consider this table. If you want, you can able to take any truth table. Now in this truth table, if you observe that, first of all, I am going to discuss about canonical form, especially sum of min terms and sum of products. Now we know that in canonical form, ones are considered. Therefore, I am going to consider ones here. Okay, very important point. Ones are considered for SOP. Zeros are considered for POS. Okay. And similarly, in standard form, zeros are considered for POS. Ones are considered for SOP. That is very important point. Now if you observe here, I am going to consider ones. Okay, I am going to write the respective variable. If you observe that respective variable, I am going to write that A bar, B bar, C, A bar, B, C bar, A bar, B, C, A, B bar, C bar, and finally A, B, C bar. Now if you observe that, I have written all the Boolean function. That means this is a product term, each and every product term. If you observe that each and every product term consists of all the literals, that means all the input variables. Okay, I have given the binary notation of each and every product term. Now if you observe that, you are going to write in the form of small letter m1 plus m2 plus m3 plus m4 plus m6, and similarly summation of, if you observe this is a sum, therefore I have used summation of m1 comma m2 comma m3 m4 m6. If you want, you can able to take this m as a common and 1 2 3 4 6, and if you want, you can eliminate this m, then you can simply write 1 2 3 4 6. This is sum of min terms. To write product of max terms, you have to consider 0. If you observe the 0 position, 5th position, and in 7th position. If you observe product of sums or product of max term, f of a comma b comma c, 0, 5 and 7. But remember, in product of max terms, you should write exactly opposite to the min terms. Why? Because in min term, 0 is written as a bar, 1 is written as a. Is it clear? But here in product of max terms, it is exactly opposite. 0 is going to be write as normally and 1 is going to be write as complementary. Since it is a product of sum, therefore the sum is to be product. This means 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 0. For this, we have to use a capital letter M notation, M0, M5 and M7. Then the product is represented with the notation pi. Okay, M, if you take M as a common, 0, 5, 7. Then if you observe, if you want, you can eliminate this 0, 5, 7. This is product of max terms. Now if you observe this product of max terms 0, 5, 7 and sum of min terms 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Finally, I can conclude that missing terms in sum of min terms are the product of max terms. Small letter m is nothing but min term notation, capital letter M is nothing but max term notation. Now coming back to the standard form, let us consider f is equal to this Boolean expression. If you observe the Boolean expression, it contains three variables, that means three inputs, but in each product term, all the three variables are not there. So it is a standard form and it is a sum of product. You should not call it a sum of min term, and it won't be called as sum of min term. Similarly, let f is equal to this expression. If also, it also doesn't consider all the three variables. Okay, in each sum term, therefore It is a standard form product of sum and it should not treat as product of maxterm. These are the some examples. Look out these examples and try to solve by your own. Just I have written the names of it just for it is understanding purpose. Expansion into minterm and maxterm. Minterm we have to multiply this and in maxterm we have to add this. Is it clear? Okay, thank you very much.